Hello. So I hope all of you are doing well. So the topic about which I wanted to have a conversation with you all is regarding the self-reflection that we need as an aspirant when you are the part of a journey or even when you enter into certain academic journey. The self-reflection part becomes quite important because it is very difficult to find out your mistake by your own. But usually, when we are aspirant, and even when you suppose you enter into certain academic journey as a researcher or whatever, it is quite difficult to catch your mistakes. So one better way I would talk about you regarding the aspirants as a UPSC aspirants, a few things that you can try and think about that may work for you. First thing is deciding your day, like the better way to manage a day is you should have a pre-decided plan 1 day before when you are going for a sleep. On that night, you should have some broader idea about next day. Otherwise, if you wake up and make a plan, it is not it somehow reflects. You don't have a idea about the long-term plan about your study preparation. So, and then how to do a self-reflection regarding it. The idea that usually works is make a list, a certain list of things that you want to do. Like I have to read a newspaper, I have to complete this many chapters of this book, I have to write answers, I have to attempt UIQs. And but the thing that you should ensure there should not be more than two or three transitions. The transitions means the newspaper to book reading is one transition, book reading to mains answer writing or prelims question attempts is another transition. So there should not be too much transitions because transitioning from one way of uh, one domain like a newspaper reading to another thing takes time. It takes time to get a concentration back. So there should not be too much transitions. That's why I usually suggest that we should not study too many subjects in a day. So there should be a limitation. But it varies individual to individual. So please uh, decide as per your capabilities. For me, it does not work. For you, maybe it works. Then second thing is regarding planning your journey as an aspirant. Even last time I talked about it. Like if you have a primary identity as an aspirant, then for self-reflection, just try to analyze the things that you are doing in your life in general. Does the aspirant identity is prominent in those lifestyle, in those decisions? There's nothing wrong to not being an aspirant. There is nothing wrong if you are not able to study and like to doing some other things because it should not become a like societal pressure or your own decisions. Like suppose you have taken decision, you want to go for a UPSC, but after a while you think it is not happening, it is not, you are not able to catch up with things or whatever, then it's better to leave instead of just carrying that pseudo identity of an aspirant. But it hurts in the long term, and even you end up wasting time of your own and other people who are associated with you, right? So the better way is to whatever decisions you are taking in general. But I'm not talking about decisions like playing, doing exercises. These are not decisions, these are the way of living. So I'm taking other life decisions, like whatever decision, in which job you want to go, how you will like to manage your day, how in what sort of people you want to engage with. So these decisions should have a reflection of what sort of identity you are having. If you are having an identity of an aspirant, then it makes more sense to engage and take decisions accordingly, right? Then the one interesting aspect that comes is that is also a part of a self-reflection is comparison. Like we as aspirants start comparing ourselves to other fellow aspirants, even in coaching centers, classes, surrounding society, whatever. My idea is that it's makes more sense to have in comparison with the people who are actually better than you to some extent. And how would you judge that? Who is better? There is reflection, there is a difference between people who are better and who are trying to portray they are better. So the idea that works is it's better to compare with the people who cleared their these stages of this exam. It's like go through the answer sheets of the toppers. We get a lot of answer sheet of the topper. So it makes sense that you try to analyze that and start having comparison of your answer with their answers. And at the end, this thing I particularly want to convey to the people who are very early in their journey. So keep your aspirant identity prominent if you are quite serious, because particularly what happens when you are quite away from the exam, like you suppose some people have to give exam after 2 years, 3 years, they carry the pseudo identity of an aspirant. Do some answer writing 5 6 days in the gap of 5 6 days they do some sort of answer writing. Then they start thinking, but they waste a lot of time in this process. So first there, when suppose you are far away from the next prelims that you want to give, you make your attitude like a person who does not engage in any process seriously. You are not engaging in your graduation seriously. You are not owning any proper skills. You are not even focusing on making yourself a better professional if UPSC thing does not work out. And most importantly, you are not even working on the things which are needed for this examination. And if you carry this attitude for 1 year, 2 year, then just imagine what sort of individual you will become, who is not serious about any aspect of his life, what is presently going on. Suppose you have started a preparation during graduation. So firstly, you are not focusing on your graduation because you think I have to become a civil servant now, so why should I focus on these silly things? This another level of a rational argumentation. And because you are in graduation, so you think you don't have to study that much because you are in graduation. You additionally you don't even work on other aspects of your life. So everything is quite honky dory in your life. You are not having any sort of accountability, neither as a person who need this accountability as a candidate who is going for graduation exams, not a candidate who is going for UPSC exam for in coming years. It's a dangerous precedent, and we observe in a lot of coaching institutions. These candidate comes to the classes, don't read in the classes because they think they have a lot of time. They engage in other irrational actions, acts, whatever. So it is not happening because the one beautiful term I heard from the person who started the preparation from graduation days, and now it's been around 8 9 years since he has been in this preparation. He said it is a silent pandemic that is affecting the youth because they are neither a good graduate, they are neither nor they are prepared for an UPSC aspirant, and, and the worst part is they don't even have any proper skills which can save them if these things do not work out. So the term that he used is silent pandemic among the youth because you are not doing a self-reflection which is needed for this exam. Because I interact with these people, so I understand and I even observe if this thing is happening with them because they have chosen one career which is quite away from, even the examination is quite away from them, quite away in the sense of time, and they don't focus on present because they have to give that exam. So please be cautious about that. And those people who are in this journey, suppose those who are graduates, for them also there's one term called institutionalization. So aspirants have also institutionalized one thing. It takes multiple attempts to clear this examination. It is true, it takes. But don't normalize it in your own mind. It takes multiple attempts, but it does not mean you have to take that much attempts. You have to wait till that much attempts. You can work on your other skills. You can explore what sort of person you are. Do you like academics? Do you like research? Do you like business, entrepreneurship, whatever? Explore this other identity if you are in multiple year cycle. Because if you are not that much clear and you have ingrained that idea of for institutionalized multi-year program of this exam, it affects you. It also start affecting your attitude. That is also a thing that comes under the term that the guy told me, the silent pandemic that is happening in this society. Because you are not becoming academic, you are not becoming even you are not even thinking about other possibilities. So in that way, the attitude of youth is getting affected, and they are not ready for anything that could be a great possibility. So in that way, it affects you. So think about it, particularly those people who are uh, and who have started this thing in graduation or have attempts that they are planning to give after a few years. Think about it, give it a shot, and keep doing a self reflection on a daily basis so that you don't end up ruining your attitude as an individual, the rational thinking that you need. Because it's okay that UPSC does not work out, but it is not okay that you as an individual become an irresponsible or the person who is indecisive about anything in life. So that attitude will hurt more than not able to clear some of these government examinations. It will not even matter if you have a proper attitude to handle things.